Tremar Dillard, son of Darlene and Darnell Dillard, was born March 15, 1997 in Miami, Florida. Darlene is a market analyst for an energy company, and Darnell is a bank examiner for the FDIC. Tremar is currently attending the University of Miami and is set to graduate with a degree in economics. Tremar's mother, Darlene, is a white Florida native, born in 1958, and his father, Darnell, is an African-American originally from Georgia, born in 1956. Darlene and Darnell's marriage has been on thin ice recently, as Darlene suspects Darnell has been stepping out with her cousin Thelma. Darlene's sister Luann was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when she was 6 months old and passed away at age 4 from a severe case of pneumonia. Darnell's brother Malik passed away in a tragic alligator attack after falling into an enclosure at the zoo when he was only 4 months old, but it was suspected he had CF.
CF is a progressive genetic disease mainly affecting the lungs and pancreas. In people with CF, genetic mutations cause a thick, slimy mucus to be produced in the lungs and the pancreas. The mucus causes severe coughing in an attempt to expel phlegm from the lungs and can interfere with the pancreas's ability to secrete digestive enzyme. Buildup of mucus in the lungs puts people with CF at a much higher risk for lung infections, and lack of pancreatic enzymes can result in poor nutrient absorption. The disease is genetic, therefore one copy of the defective gene must be inherited from each parent. If 2 CF carriers have a child, there is a 25% chance their child will have CF. Parents can be screened to determine if they are CF carriers. However, most genetic testing only recognizes the most common CF mutations.
When Tremar was only 4 months, his parents noticed he was growing very slowly and developed a persistent cough, sometimes accompanied by phlegm. His parents took him to his pediatrician, who conducted a sweat test and determined he had CF. Tremar was referred to a respiratory specialist who suggested his parents immediately begin airway clearance. Airway clearance consists of an inflatable vest that pulsates to stimulate coughing and the expulsion of mucus. He was also placed on liquid medicines that are inhaled through a nebulizer to open the airways and deliver antibiotics to the lungs. Pancreatic enzyme supplements were prescribed to increase nutrient absorption and help young Tremar grow. CF is a lifelong disease, and the treatments must be strictly adhered to throughout the entire lifespan.
Living in Miami, Florida, Tremar is constantly exposed to poor air quality and is accustomed to extended hospital stays to treat lung infections. When Tremar was 11, he spent 4 weeks in the hospital after contracting pneumonia from his grandfather, Merle. Tremar has struggled with depression his entire life. Because of his breathing complications, he has constantly missed out on many activities with his friends, like sports and outdoor recreation. Despite his condition, he is still a 3-time champion of his semi-professional bowling league and enjoys watching films with his friends. Tremar has never been involved in a romantic relationship and finds it very difficult to approach women, for fear his CF will be noticed and then savagely and relentlessly mocked. His lack of love life is another factor that influences his psychosocial attitude towards his condition. He is currently on a lung transplant waiting list, which could potentially provide him with a healthy set of lungs not affected by CF. It is important to note that his pancreas and liver would still be affected by CF.